I'm recording this in my car because this literally just happened to me. I just got a phone call from Chase's fraud department. Chase's fraud department. Here's what happened. I have not used my debit card since August of this year. This is now mid-October. And so for the first time today, less than an hour ago, I went to the bank ATM and withdrew $100. When I went to the ATM, they have a tap function. So I used the tap function, entered my PIN, got my money, and left. Now I got a call from Chase's fraud department telling me that there was some fraud on my account. I'm like, okay, I'm already skeptical because of what I do and the fact that I'm in the world of personal finance and handle millions of dollars. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? What fraud are you seeing on my accounts? Now I have 2 or 3 credit cards with Chase in addition to my debit card. You should know that I do not use my debit card anywhere but the ATM. Absolutely do not use it anywhere but the ATM. I do not swipe my debit card anywhere except for the ATM. Okay. So they said, okay, there's some fraud, 2 fraud charges pending with Zelle. Okay. Chase has added some additional features in Zelle recently to protect from fraud. It just so happened that I have my phone and my computer with me, right? And my car has internet. So popped up in my computer while they're talking to me, and they said somebody has downloaded Zelle. They gave me a name, and they have 2 transactions, one for $2,000, one for $1,000 pending. Great. I'm like, okay. No, I didn't initiate those transactions. Like, okay, we need to give you some codes and transfer you to the Zelle fraud team to cancel the transaction. Boom, red flag. Red flag. Because here's what would have happened if there were some fraudulent transactions on my account. Typically, Chase would have texted and then called as well. I also have the Chase app here on my phone. It would have typically popped up on my phone, probably would have been an email, would have been a text message, would have been a phone call. So, and they would not be giving you codes over the phone for you to relay to somebody else, or they would not be texting you codes that you need to relay to somebody else over the phone. That would give them, whoever this is, access to your account. Remember, now when you get 2-factor authentications, they tell you don't give those codes to anybody else. So of course my antenna was already up. When my phone rang and it said Chase, my antenna was already up. So I'm like, hey, if you're Chase and you know that these are fraud transactions, why can't you cancel them? They're like, oh, but that's Zelle. Zelle isn't Chase. Okay, great. Why can't Zelle cancel them? Or why can't you block them? Now, mind you, in the meantime, I've logged into my account. There are no pending transactions on my account, right? I've logged in on the computer. There are no pending transactions. I know that there are no pending transactions. I knew that there were no pending transactions. And so I'm like, okay, what's the number to the fraud department for Chase so that I get the number? He gives me the phone number. The phone number is the phone number they call from. It is a spoofed phone number. They can act like it's their phone number when it is not. They're calling from someplace else. It will display as a Chase number on your phone. The phone number he gave me happened to be a Chase branch in Manhattan. He gave me the phone number and he gave me the address. The fraud department would not have given me the number to a branch and the address to a branch. It would have been the 866-888 phone number to the fraud department, in which case I would have hung up and called the fraud department, right? So you don't fall for these scams, okay? If somebody tells you they've got to give you a code and then you've got to relay it, or they've got to send a code to your phone, you've got to relay it, fraud. If a fraud team calls you from a bank, hang up and dial the phone number on your card. Don't dial a number that you can Google, because sometimes the phone number that's listed as a fraud department in Google is actually a number that might belong to a fraud team. They've been doing this as well. Call the number on your card instead of calling any other phone number. And then if you were suspicious, log into your account, lock your account. I also locked my card's usually locked anyway. But the red flag for me is that I have not used my card in 2 months, since August. And within an hour of me using my card at an ATM, I'm getting a phone call. I've never gotten one of these phone calls before. So either way, I'm going to give Chase a phone call, because that ATM might be compromised in some way. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Hey, this has been Sandy from YesI'mCheap.com, where we help you live your best financial life. And I hope that you don't fall for any of these scams.